Hello, everyone. Greetings in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. I hope that you all are doing good. Um, you know, earlier on this morning, I was spending time with the Lord, and when I was close to finish worshiping, it just like God brought this thing back to my remembrance, right? Um, in 20, no, these are not the only two incidents that occurred to me, but these were the closest also, and some of the most recent, one being more traumatizing than the other, of course. Two incidents that occurred. And I made a video in 2019 about it. One was December. One occurred in December 2018, and the other one occurred sometime within the first half of 2019. And I made a video, but I did not like post it up publicly on YouTube or Facebook or anything like that for specific reasons. But I just felt after I came to this, I felt I needed to disclose this today. Um, what happened is that what I can say in short before I share the actual video, right? I would be like recording the video so you could see that it was on my YouTube. Well, one of my YouTube, I have like some hidden videos. However, I thought I didn't have the video because when I originally recorded this video, my after I recorded some like August of 2019 is when that particular phone that I had, the screen shattered and my phone went blank, and I have not fixed it up to now. So I thought I lost the video, but it's like God was like, you have this video, so I just keep feeling to look for this video. So I decided to go on my main YouTube, because I have some videos that are private there. And when I looked through all the videos, I didn't see it there. So then I came on my next YouTube, which is more private, right? Actual private YouTube, where I have some videos stored. Um, and by the time I reached the third page that was viewing to see videos I saw the videos like, oh my goodness, thank you, Jesus. Right. So I'm gonna share this video, and when it's finished, I will give some additional information, because based on the first incident that I spoke about second in the video, the more traumatizing one, right, was actually in a particular situation. Could have been raped, kidnapped, or I don't know, murdered or something. Um, I did not give a lot of details about it. I didn't even tell my mother knew certain things about it, but I did not go in details, with her. But when that is finished, I will give some additional information. So I'm about to share the video now. And of course, it's not a nice situation, but again, it's to bring awareness. And I'm sure there are other people that have went through this or worse, women to be specific, right? But me, on the other hand, I put my trust in Jesus. I've always put my trust in Jesus, and Jesus has always saw me through, regardless of how bad the situation could have been, right? So as you can see here, the video was uploaded, of course, on the 5th of May 2019. That's below here, right? So I'm going to play the video. Why is this video not playing? Just hold
Hi
on.
people, how are you all doing? I am making this video basically to
Okay, hold a bit. So let me just push it back.
Hi people, how are you all doing? I am making this video basically to cause some awareness with individuals who are seeking jobs, right? I would like to share two situations, one of which occurred yesterday and one that occurred that would have been December 2018. All right, I'll go with yesterday's situation first. What happened was I was sending out some applications yesterday via the internet, and one of them would have contacted me like within an hour after I sent the application. Now, speaking to this individual, his accent is not Trini, right? Also, he said that yesterday is supposed to be the last day for interviews for the central and south areas. Just keep in mind that this is a recruitment company, right? And so what he's saying is that they don't have a branch in the south or central, but he's just doing like field interviews. So he was at South Park. So he called me about 12 something and asked me if I could come down to do an interview for 1:30 yesterday. That would have been very impossible because first they have to go and get ready, and I couldn't even reach that far in south for that time. I know, right? Because usually it would take about 45 minutes to an hour to reach south according to what type of taxi you take. Nothing didn't really click in my mind at that moment, right? So while we were speaking, he was trying in a kind of technical way to persuade me to come, and I told him, I said, it would not work out for me to come for that time. So he indicated that there will be another cycle. I was like, okay, fine, I'll wait till the next cycle for Central and South. Now, about probably an hour and a half after that conversation ended, this man messaged me to tell me, he WhatsApped me to tell me that if I could come, that the office extended the interviews to today, which is Wednesday, from 8 to 12, and he'll be somewhere else in South. So, going from place to place. But I already informed my mother about the situation and whatever. I tell her, well, I wouldn't be able to go because the time and whatever, right? It was too opposite. Now, he also told me that he needs 2 photos, right? So obviously I am assuming that is passport size photos. So I said, okay, whatever. Yesterday evening, actually night, around 8:20 something, I was on my phone on WhatsApp, and he messaged me to ask me, I am confirming your appointment for this morning, 8 o'clock. And I already told the man yesterday when he messaged me back that I would set up the 8 o'clock appointment for me. So that was already set. So I want to know why this man is messaging me this hour of the night to tell me that, right? And then I asked him, I said, I have an issue because I only have one passport photo. So I wanted to know what to do. He told me, he said, it don't have to be no passport photo, it could be any 2 photos. So that's to be real truthful, as soon as he messaged me the first time last night, I was like, why is this man messaging me this hour of the night? Alright, it was very, very strange, and I started to feel like a bad feeling about the whole situation. So I told my mother about it. And and she said, if you don't feel to go, don't go. Now this man continued messaging me, I'm waiting for the 2 photos, but I never messaged him. By this time I done messaging one of my cousins to let him know what's going on. And usually, well, to track down the number to figure out what really going on, like who number this really is. And he messaged again, 8 something, like 8:50 something, and he messaged me like 10 something, I am confirming your appointment for 8. But I still didn't message him again. What I end up doing is that I went and I was going to block him regardless, but I was just waiting to see how this going on, to see if he constantly only messaging me, which he was. So I decided that I would block him on my WhatsApp, but I clicked the option that had block and report. So what happened is that I did not screenshot the conversation, and the conversation went when I did that. However, I obviously knew what was going on, and I also blocked him from my phone, well, to contact me from my phone, because that was very, very strange. This man calling me, and that hour of the night too. The thing is, this morning when I told my mother, when I came down to my mother, I was like, Michelle, you still going to interview? I was like, no, I'm not going. So she told me, she said, she was praying And she told God that if me shall come downstairs this hour, well, last night, that would show that it's not far to go to the interview. Well, come downstairs and speak about the situation, which I did, because when he messaged me, after a while, I was really feeling funny. I really had to go and talk to my mother about it. So she was praying. So it's always good to have a mother that's praying, and it's good to always have people around you that acknowledge God and everything. One of the crazy encounters I had with an interview actually that occurred December last year is that I went to the interview. It was a recruitment company, and we need to be very, very cautious with recruitment companies, right? The thing is that what happened is I went there. It was not really a business place, right? So I went, and the man, he carried me into a waiting room, and as soon as I walked in that room, I saw a bed. I'm not going to go in much detail of what's happened of the entire situation, because plenty of people don't know about the situation, right? And basically, I got scared immediately, and when he left, he said he went to get ready or whatever. And the thing is, I walked to the back to see if there was any staircase to escape. There was absolutely none. There was like a big wall. There was a wall, right? Then I tried to go back down the staircase that I came up, and the gate was locked. So there's no way I could have like get away. So I went back inside, and I was like shaking, trembling, my hand, everything shaking. And you know, that day was like, Lord, this is not the end. This, I don't know what's going on, you know. All kind of thoughts just going through my mind. I was like, what's going on here? I don't know. But you know, God is so good that he actually reassured me. I can't remember the exact words he said, but it was something to this effect, that nothing is not going to happen to you, just be calm. And you know, then afterwards a girl came down, and when she came I felt a little more safe, but still, you know, I was still shaking. She actually saw my hands were shaking. And this, I learned that this man, while he was speaking to me, he tried to persuade. This man is like a total deceiver. I don't want to go in much detail about it, but he, as I said, is a recruitment, the owner of the recruitment company. And well, at that particular time, there will not, the type of job that I was seeking was not available. The spot was already taken. So he said he would look around and see if there's anyone else who has a vacancy like that. However, this man decided that he would, I don't know what he was doing, but now I know, contemplate or whatever, and try to figure out some way to get a work for me. And you know, he called me this Sunday, that I went for the interview this Saturday. He called me this Sunday night to tell me that how he was thinking, and he wants to hire me for his business. I was not going to look in that place, because that place doesn't look like something I don't know if there's human trafficking or what. Right? And he done trying to persuade me that God and Jesus is not real and kind of madness. And you know, I messaged him to let him know that to confirm if I would be attending the other interview the Monday, in which I told him I would not be attending. You know, like a few days after, he messaged me and tell me that something about I actually have the message on my phone, but I'm not reading right now. He said that I would be missing out on a good opportunity and something, and then he said, you want your black beautiful self. I was like, what? But anyways, I'm just making this video to make people aware and to be very, very careful with especially recruitment companies. Not just recruitment, there are people out here that are going for interviews and going missing. Only God know what could have happened to me this morning if my mother did not just my mother, didn't pray, and probably, you know, God didn't help me to realize that something was really, really wrong with this whole situation. So we need to be careful, and when we are going on interviews, we should go with someone. And usually my mother go with me, but that incident that occurred in December, she was not there with me, unfortunately. But thank God that I'm alive, well, not missing, not kidnapped, not raped. God is good. You all have a blessed day. Bye-bye.
Okay, so the second incident was that I actually went for the interview, right? And it was a recruitment that I saw on the ad on the papers, right? Express, because Express usually have a lot of ads. Now, of course, I am not criticizing Express, but the thing is, when I went to the interview, as I said, and well, in front of the place was like a car. These kind of mechanic place. The place is actually located in Crep. That's the most I'm going to say. I'm not going to give no more details. And I went around, and then I was not too sure, and then I went into the place. The other part of the building, they really look like a business place, right? And then I went there, and is when I reached into this waiting room and sat down. The man told me to sit down on the couch. And I sat down there, and I looked around and saw a bed on my further left hand side. And I was like, is either this place is a massage parlor or some kind of sex. I don't know. That just scared me off more. Just know that the place was not looking like a real business place. And I was in myself, why even come in this place? You understand? Um, and I sat down there, and the thing about it, I'm coming for an interview at a particular time. You're not even dressed, going to get ready. Like, what kind of thing? All of this thing just started to put a fear inside of me. I'm not lying. This was in 2019, 18 December, right? And I sat down there. I really started to I was very much traumatized because, of course, I not on these things. I ain't come here for that. I'm looking for a job at the particular time I was. I sat down there and I'm trembling. And then, of course, knowing me, I was start to pray in my head. I was praying in my head, and then I heard the reassurance from what God said. And then I felt much more confident because I was thinking, like, this is not going to be the end of my life, right? I'm not going to be raped. I am not going through this. So then I tried because he took a while to come back downstairs, probably like almost 15 minutes. So I tried to see if I could have escaped easily. I went through the door that was right there in the back, but it had a wall. The wall was almost my height, right? Even if I was to try to jump, which I didn't, I would have damaged myself, right? Because it had a next house or something right next. So, and this was like a two-story building. Oh, I was actually on the second story. Look, I had three stories or more. And then I tried easily to go back through the stairs, and I came back, and when I went, oh my gosh, I saw the it was locked. So I just had to keep my cool. And that was before that was when I did that. That was before I got the reassurance, actually, right? That was before when I went down the stairs to try to escape and stuff. I sat down there trying to calm myself there. So this lady come down. Of course, she saw my hand was trembling, and she was taking some information. But of course, even though she's there, I already feeling really, really strange about this entire place. And when he was talking to me, interviewing me, and like trying to get to know me kind of way, and then when I spoke to him about being a believer in Christ, and then he started to tell me about his encounter and how he's no longer a pastor out of madness, and tried to persuade me for. I didn't come here for that, for an entire, like, almost an hour wasting my time. And he sat down right on top of the table. I sit down on a chair. Why would you sit down on the table when there's a chair behind, right? And all that had me uncomfortable. And me, of course, I could argue with him, consider what he's saying, but I decided I already in this confined place, I can't run for my life. I'm just going to sit down quietly and just listen, right? And just play along, and not lie, but just, yeah, whatever, not trying to argue this man because I already in this place locked in, right? And there's another man that came upstairs, and I just tried to keep my calm and everything, and not to try to show that I'm fearful. And what happened is, then he started to ask me like things that I like what career I want to get into and stuff. So I told him one of the things that I really wanted to do back then actually was to do designs, and he asked me if I was model. And he actually told me asked me if I what was the word, boy, if I made the outfit I came with in my interview. So he told me to start. So I stood up, and then he told me to turn around. But I realized by the time he told me to turn around, I was like, nah, this man checking me out. And so after that, well, thank God by the grace of God, as God promised me that everything will be well, I came out of that place for after 2 hours or what. And then it was a Sunday, as I said. He called me and telling me he has been thinking about me and to get me a job. He so want me to work for him for what reason? You understand? And then he told me, so I told him if I'm interested, I will come. But then really and truly, based on my experience and everything and realizing what he was up to, I decided I am not going there. And then I messaged him the Monday morning to tell him I would not be coming. And that's when he replied this message about, let's say, about 50 words or less, probably like 30 words or so. I wish I had my phone. The phone that shattered, I would have showed you because the message is on that phone. Um, I should have some other people when I still had the phone actually. But all I remember, based on my remembrance, is that he was talking about you lost a good opportunity. Like if he had the best opportunity, job opportunity to offer me, like really, and talking about with your black beautiful self, referring to me as an African as a black beautiful self, like man, that is disrespectful. Why what do you have to describe me like that, you understand? So of course, I already made up my mind before you sent that message I was not going to go anyways. And as I said, this is just like the two incidents that I experienced via interviews, or one could have been a potential interview. That was the one that I spoke about first. That didn't happen, thank God. But of course, I've had other experiences other than going to interviews. But this is something that I'm sharing publicly on a for more people to see and to hear for the first time. And I hope that you'll be more careful. Of course, I know me. Yes, I have to be careful. I have to be wise also. And of course, I'm more grown now than I was then. And on top of that, I have Jesus. And knowing that I have Jesus and knowing who he is, yes, it does not mean I will act foolishly. No. But it means that if I was to end up in a situation, I know that God will bring me through because he has always brought me through everything. So you'll have a blessed one and take care. Bye.